Barbershop Conversations, man. I'm listening to Angie Stone's Brother. Oh, what an empowering song. Black brother, I love you. Anyways, man, sometimes songs are affirmations, man. Sometimes you need them in the morning. I want to talk about Lomachenko. Lomachenko has, to me, he's already had it, but he's earned this seat at the table, man. And I'm going to double down and say this. Terrence Crawford, based off ceiling of potential, to most people has a seat at the table. But we going to find out June 9th. And the reason why I say that, and I've always said this in all my videos, he was the pound for pound best at 140. I couldn't agree with you more. But listen, hear me out. I'm going to compare. I'm not comparing fights. I'm comparing the step-up move. Lomachenko, when he walks around, he looks like me, basically. 150, you know what I mean? Probably, you know, I have a little bit more density than him, but he looks like he can fight at 135, right? Looks like he can fight at 140. But let me tell you something. These guys that are fighting at 135, 140 are probably realistically, if they wasn't fighters, 175, 180 pound dudes, man. You know, when you have that mediocre workout attitude and you work out once or twice a week and you keep some sort of fat on you, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, we have to respect these weight classes. And we all know Lomachenko could have outclassed anyone if there was like a skills challenge like they have All-Star Weekend in the NBA where you got to pass, shoot, dribble through that little circle. Lomachenko probably, you know, him, Rashid Warren, and a couple of a handful of other dudes, man, if you put them in those skills challenges, I mean, arguably he may go in as the favorite, Lomachenko, right? Rashid Warren and guys like that, right? But let me tell you something. Lomachenko moved up 5 pounds this weekend, and the entire fight, he was in clear and present danger. You know, even though he was winning rounds by comfortably, I would say, but he always, the entire fight was fought within range. You understand what I'm saying? And what I mean within range is both fighters had the chance to knock out each other, but because Linares looked big, definitely looked like the bigger fighter, broader back, looked stronger than Lomachenko. Lomachenko had a chance the entire fight to get knocked out and or knocked down, as we saw. So at the end of the day, Terrence Crawford is moving up 7 pounds. All right, and we got to respect these weight classes, man. And I got to see it to believe it. The same way I was with Errol Spence, with Derek James. I mean, I saw the potential in Errol Spence. Don't get me wrong. I'm not no fool. I'm not no dummy. But I'm a fan of results. Like, there was more basketball players that was far better than me. There are people that are far more intelligent than me. There are far people bigger, stronger, faster. But at the end of the day, you know what the coach wants? Results, motherfucker. Can you go out there and give me 15 points and 5 assists today? I need this today. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, potential is a funny thing. Look at LeVar Ball. People say he underachieved this year, but I say he had a good year. You know, he flirted with the triple-double averages, as I told you he would. My first video I did on him at the top of the year. You know, 10 points, 8, 9 assists, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9 rebounds, you know. But people wanted him to come in and be Isaiah Thomas, combined with Isaiah Thomas and a jump shot like Chris Jackson. You know, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf for all my younger guys. But at the end of the day, Lomachenko proved he belongs. I have Lomachenko, I haven't really assessed the top 5 yet, but I'm going to, just for the sake of this video, I'm going to say top 10 because I don't want to think prematurely, but he's officially an elite fighter. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's an elite fighter. Terrence Crawford is moving up to 147. I got to see how he looks, man, because these 147 pounders, I mean, people forget how great you got to be to beat an A-level fighter. And at the end of the day, Danny Garcia is an A-level fighter. Errol Spence is an A-level fighter. Sean Porter is an A-level fighter. Keith Thurman is an A-level fighter. You got to respect it. And in order to be an A-level fighter, you got to be A+. And when someone has a physical advantage on you, I know Terrence Crawford looks like he can beat up anybody at 140, between 147. And I use me as the example. When I saw Lomachenko's last fight, I was like, he can beat anybody at 130, 135, and 140. I stand corrected on that 140 shit. You understand what I'm saying? So, but I think between 130 and 135, we got some hella fights brewing. And there's no shame in losing to Mikey Garcia. If he loses to Mikey Garcia, that doesn't make him not one of the top 5 pound-for-pound guys ever. I mean, excuse me, ever. I apologize. Or top 10. He lost to Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia, man, in his mother's breast was boxing water from the gym. You know what I mean? It wasn't breast milk. It was boxing water. You know what I mean? he had a water bottle instead of being breastfed. You know what I mean? So he was raised and born and bred to do this, man. And I have the utmost respect for Lomachenko. He has earned his seat at the table. Terrence Crawford, I believe he will beat Jeff Horn. I don't know how easy it would be. I wish I was going to that fight to see it, but you know, Santa Cruz and Mares will be here in LA, and it just economically for me, it just makes a whole lot of sense for me to do that fight. But you know, I got to see it. Terrence Crawford, I got to see it. I got to see it. Just as the same, I'll repeat it again, the same expectations, or the same thing I expected from Errol Spence, or desired from Errol Spence. He showed it to me. You know, in the championship rounds, he opened up and he stopped Kell Brook. It was an even fight, you know, but he opened up and literally won that fight. So I got to give Errol Spence credit. He's an elite fighter. He's an A-level fighter. And some may say he's the best at the 147, but he got to beat those 3 guys. You know what I mean? He got to beat Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and Sean Porter. You know, and you know, we just got to see it. So at the end of the day, I'm excited for Lomachenko. I'm excited for Terrence Crawford. People has already anointed Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence as the next best thing after Joshua and Wilder. But we got to see how he looks against Jeff Horn. Will Jeff Horn bully him? Can he make Jeff Horn back up? Because there's no better technician in the ring than Lomachenko. I mean, in spots they may be other people better, but as a composite of a fighter, there's not many people better. As a complete composite, excuse me, there's no one better. There's far and few better than Lomachenko. You understand what I'm saying? And he's a bad motherfucker, man. Terrence Crawford at 140, a bad motherfucker. But those 7 pounds, he's not fighting a guy that's coming down from 160. He's fighting a guy coming down from 180. Errol Spence comes down from 180. Keith Thurman comes down from 180. You understand what I'm saying? So I know Terrence Crawford showed the picture of him at 177, 172, but it's a different type of weight. It's different, man. I'm trying to explain it to you, man. You know, just think they're coming down from 180, so that means they would walk around if they wasn't fighting at 200 pounds. You guys understand what I'm saying? Like, fighters think about eating food when they're active. You understand? Like so just imagine if he didn't have to work, if he can eat a hamburger every night. So just think, like, there is some discipline. Even though these guys are big, they still turn down food and go. And if they eat a big meal, 90%, 80% of the fighters, they go run that night. You understand? Just to go to the bathroom and cut that weight. You know what I mean? Because they know they can't carry it. You know. But anyways, man. Yeah, man. You got Terrence Crawford. You got to show me. And Loma has officially earned a seat at the table, and we got to respect him. And I'm excited. I'm glad he's out here in LA. I'm gonna get up there one day. I'm glad he's fighting in LA in August. So I'm gonna do my. Well, it's summertime, so maybe traffic will be a little lighter with these schools out. But I'm gonna request a day with him through Top Rank, and or I'm a request to go to a workout, which is pretty easy, man. Their top rank is, in terms of media, in terms of how they've been with me in the past, they've been pretty awesome. So anyways, man, barbershop conversation. Congratulations to Lomachenko on a victory that was well earned and well deserved. And Terrence Crawford, I'm looking forward to watching you June 9th. I'm not going to watch it live. I'll be watching it tape delayed once I get home, so that night. So but congratulations to you unifying 140 division. I'm not saying you don't have it. I don't want my words to be misconstrued or taken out of context, but I'm just a person who believes in results. You understand, when you've seen so many people with enormous amounts of potential. Like I'll give the example. I went to middle school. I'm gonna tell you my middle school team. It's me in the 9th grade. I went to Horseman Middle School. It's me in the 9th grade, Jason Hart in the 8th grade, Kenny Bruner in the 7th grade. Right? Kenny Bruner he's called Bad Santa on the N1 mixtape tour. I need to do a separate video on this. Kenny Bruner was so good, Magic Johnson came to see him play at our middle school. Kenny Bruner was goddamn motherfucking gifted, talented. He was more physically bigger than me, and I was in the 9th grade. Physically stronger, more intelligent, more agile than Jason Hart, who ended up being a 10 to 15 year pro. You know what I mean? Backup point guard in the NBA for years. One of my good friends. He was just better. No matter what we did in practice, he was just better. And we had to respect it. Although we competed, I was a 9th grader, so I had the most experience, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he was just better. He could shoot better. He could run better. His gait, the way he dribbled was better. And he just looked the part. He got a scholarship to Georgetown, right? And he still was freshman of the year, I believe, in the Big East or something like that, right? When I say he was projected a first-round pick since the 10th grade. You understand what I'm saying? And it never worked out for him. He never played a day in the NBA. You understand? And Jason Hart, which was the 3rd best. I was literally more physically gifted than Jason Hart. I could run better. I could shoot better. I saw the court a little better than him. But he was taller, longer, more rangier. He could defend bigger guards a little bit better than me. So at the end of the day, Jason Hart won. So that's what I'm saying. We need to see results. Jason Hart ended up being a better basketball player than me. Jason Hart ended up being a better basketball player than Kenny Bruner. He had the work ethic. He worked and worked and worked at it. You understand what I'm saying? And he also had one of the biggest inspirations that pushed him. We had a kid named Creighton who was basically Kevin Garnett. And he was killed when we were in middle school. And that was Jason Hart's dear best friend. And that inspired him and empowered him. He has a tattoo. I'm not sure if I got a lot of NBA fans out there. If you remember Jason Hart, he has that tattoo on his arm, which is Creighton. And he was spiritually motivated since that point. And Jason Hart was a tough, mean motherfucker. You know what I mean? Get in your shit, defend you baseline to baseline. And, at the end of the day, he got what he rightfully deserved. He got a 10-year NBA career. He got retirement. Now he has a great job at USC coaching. So that's what I'm talking about when I speak of we got to see the results. Kenny Bruner should be borderline Hall of Fame point guard with Stephon Marbury. He was that type of talented. Didn't work out. And if you were in LA in that era, put in the comment section how good Kenny Bruner was in high school at Compton Dominguez. People need to truly understand how great this guy was in high school. I think he won 3 or 4 state titles or city titles with Tyson Chandler and Tayshaun Prince. He was in that group. He was in that crop. Just sensational. So Terrence Crawford, is he Jason Hart? Is he Kenny Bruner, or is he me? I ended up being the 3rd best. I was the 2nd best in middle school, but now I was basically the 3rd best point guard, right? So go figure, So Jason Hart ended up being the best, and Jason Hart wasn't faster than me. Jason Hart couldn't shoot better than me. But he worked hard. He obviously worked harder on his game than me. Maybe I felt a little bit more entitled because I was more physically gifted in terms of dribbling and getting from point A to point B quicker, because I'm shorter and lower to the ground. So Terrence Crawford, I need to see it. Lomachenko, I've seen it. And that's just simply it. So anyways, man, barbershop conversations. Feel free, put your comments in the description. I mean, in the comment section. And actually, I'm actually looking forward to some of the people who actually knew of Jason Hart, or if y'all went to middle school with me. I don't know if I got any subscribers that's from that era, but if you knew how good I was in high school too, put in the comment section. Anyways, man, have a great day, man. It's Monday. Happy belated Mother's Day. I said it yesterday, but we got Father's Day coming up, ladies. Don't forget, all right? We want equal respect. Y'all want equal pay. We want equal respect on our day, all right? I'm gone, guys. Peace.